Shim, 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 shim. Welcome back, quiz fans. It's time. We are joined by the two maestros of trivia, the brilliant minds, the brilliant but troubled minds behind the greatest quiz team in the world.
Yes, it's none other than Shaun, the Dark Destroyer Wallace, and Anne, the Governess Hegerty, following the return of the Beat the Chasers to ITV1. Let's take a look.
Are there any celebrities that you think could become chasers? I mean, seriously, Governess.
George Clooney did once ask me a question that I absolutely couldn't answer. It was, what are you doing in my garden?
Long time no see.
Yeah, a while.
Yeah, a while. We worked together in the past.
Oh, wow.
No, we didn't. We had an affair.
Oh, and Anne and Shaun are with us now. Welcome.
Welcome.
Anne, I haven't seen you since we did Cooking with the Stars.
Absolutely. I mean, I've seen you on telly, but we've not actually met again.
How are you after that?
Traumatised.
It was so funny.
It was.
I mean, you had a beautiful chef mind, didn't you?
Oh, didn't I?
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
So it's like Jean-Christophe.
Jean-Christophe.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know.
he gave me a copy of his book, Simply Novelli, so I get to see his face in my kitchen every morning.
I just don't know how you concentrated. I just don't know. But less about Cooking with the Stars and more about the chase. What can we expect, Shaun?
What we can expect, as always, with Beat the Chasers, especially the celebrities, is exciting games, good banter. Bradley's on form, and it's going to be a really, really exciting series.
So for people that know the chase but don't quite know Beat the Chasers, the idea is that a punter comes in. Obviously, you have to be pretty gifted at the quiz game because they have to take on all of you.
Not necessarily. Only if they answer 5 questions, they'll take on the Super Six, i.e. All of us. But I always say that as long as you're confident in your own ability and are not frightened to actually get a question wrong and don't suffer what we call the pass spiral, then you can really do well. Well, that's when you get a question wrong and you focus on the last question you got wrong instead of actually concentrating.
When you go on those shows, it's so difficult.
Yeah.
Because you're kicking yourself. You didn't get it right.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever go in the pass spiral?
We've worked on not doing that. You have to just throw it away and focus really hard on the next question.
But especially when it's your living and and it's like tip of your tongue and you're like, God, I know that. I know that.
Yes.
There must be that's quite a hard discipline for,
You have to just
for professional quiz.
Well,
Put it to
we've
one
been
side.
professional quizzers for a long time, and the worst thing we can do is get a question wrong. But as I say, we're always confident we're going to get the next one right.
Yeah.
Right. And on Friday's episode, we saw some very familiar faces. Who else can we expect to see?
Show coming up, it's every Friday. So the one coming up, we have Gareth Malone,
Right.
the choir chap, who, when we filmed, he had just done the coronation. So he talked a little bit about that.
My jungle friend Grace Dent is coming on as well, isn't she? She's
Apparently, yes, indeed.
yeah, I
Yes.
cannot wait to see her.
Well, excuse my ignorance, but is the Alexander Armstrong one, has that been out already?
Yeah, that was on
was
last Friday, and that was really exciting, actually. Zana was really, really unfortunate, actually. He was 6 seconds shy, and he could have won it, actually, so it was really, really good. But for me, this Friday, it's a question of meeting 3 celebs who I want to seek revenge from. That's Gareth, who was really, really good against me on the celeb chase, and the lovely Kirsty Gallagher and Rachel Riley. And Rachel, in particular, is the only celeb who's never lost. So she's coming up this Friday, so we're not going to say what's going to happen, so please tune in.
Wow. Shaun, if you could go up against any celebrity, who would it be?
I've been up against some really, really good celebrities. Jonathan Ross is very, very good.
He's so clever.
I'll tell you who's good, his brother Paul. He's an excellent quizzer.
They're both right.
Yeah,
Who's
they
the
really.
best?
I'd say Paul is. Paul is really, really good. He really, really is good. But the sort of best celebrity quizzer on the circuit has got to be Shaun Williams.
Williams,
Is he?
Yeah, he's really good.
That Barry from EastEnders
Yeah.
is actually
He's
exceptional.
so good. He actually takes part in the sort of British Quiz League sometimes. He's that good. He really is.
What's it like working together? Because it's, you guys, I've done the celeb chase with you, Anne. It's absolutely terrifying. And
Good. That's the idea.
You're right. But what I see is like this kind of sole focus, and you come down and you guys get in the zone, and then to watch you guys work and how you just rattle off these answers so impressively. What How good are you collaborating?
Because we really rate and respect each other, and we really get on really well.
We spend a lot of time with each other anyway.
Yeah.
In fact, when we're doing something like Beat the Chasers, we've all got our own separate dressing rooms, but the crew have got used to the idea that if they want to find the chasers, they've probably all congregated in one dressing room.
And which dressing room?
And they're quizzing.
It's usually pause because we're normally testing each other to sort of warm up before we actually go on. But as I say,
you're like a sports team.
Yeah, the six of us, you know, we are really good friends, and we love and respect each other. But you know, when we're actually on the set, obviously there are chasers who are really lightning fast. Paul, Jenny, and Mark. I mean, it's just a blink of an eye. And both Anne and myself, in particular, are just sort of there along for the ride.
I'm the slowest.
What are your skill set? What are your specialist subjects? If you're doing a pub quiz, you take yourself out of the professional game.
OK, every Achilles has a heel.
Yeah.
My weakness is soaps. So, you know, you could ask me... I mean, one time I was one question away from winning a Chase episode, and they asked me what colour's Marge Simpson's hair. Now, if you've never watched The Simpsons like I've never watched it, you're not going to know.
You've never seen The Simpsons?
No, never.
That's really not a soap question, Shaun.
Well, soaps, whatever, animations, and...
same thing.
Same thing to me.
Soaps and animations.
I got such a backlash from social media. You should be sacked, you're rubbish. But if you know, questions are only easy if you know the answer.
Yeah.
We all get those backlashes, we all just ignore them.
Yeah.
Well, you're hugely popular and you must get stopped in the street a lot. Glad I love it. You're hugely popular. You must get stopped in the street all the time. Like, how do you handle the fame, Anne?
If I'm in a hurry, then I'm kind of looking at the ground all the time, like, don't talk to me, don't talk to me. But, I mean, by and large, you know, if I'm in the supermarket or something, I'm OK with it, you know. If someone comes up...
Whereas I'll always stop. I'll always stop and take photographs, or sometimes even send photographs to mothers, grandmothers.
Shaun, you're
because
so
for
bad,
me,
they're like, we've got to go now.
I'll always stop. Because for me, I'm always grateful for the fact that the public make me famous, and it's my way of saying thank you.
We were going to ask that, because, like, the Chase is just hugely successful internationally. So where have you touched down on, and you've been kind of a bit surprised by the
Well, I go to New Zealand on a regular basis, and I remember I was there in last summer, and one of the greatest compliments they played me was that a news item was that, well, Elton John and Ed Sheeran had come to New Zealand, but the biggest star who's reached these shores is the Dark Destroyer, Shaun Wallace.
Easy.
And you know what, honestly, I just wanted to cry. And, you know, because the show in New Zealand is it is a staple diet.
They show the British show twice a day in New Zealand, and in any given week, about a third of the population watches it. Wow. So really, I can't walk down the street in Auckland without being mobbed. I've only ever been there once, but it was brilliant.
Best of luck with it. Beat the Chasers continues this Friday, 19th of Jan, ITV1, 9 o'clock. Thank you, Shaun.
So good to see you.
You've got to come on, and so have you.
Oh, I'll be terrible.
No, you wouldn't.
No,
I'm still getting over the last time I came.
No, you'd be good. You'd be good.
Now, excuse me.